The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. 15 Powerful Lessons. Lesson 1. Be proactive. You are responsible for your life. The first habit teaches that effective people take responsibility for their actions instead of blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck. Proactive individuals understand that while they cannot control everything that happens to them, they can always control how they respond. They focus their energy on solutions rather than complaints. Reactive people allow emotions, criticism, and external events to dictate their behavior, but proactive people make decisions based on values and principles. Every day presents a choice between reacting emotionally or responding thoughtfully. Personal growth begins the moment you accept full responsibility for your life and realize that your future is determined more by your choices than by your circumstances. Lesson 2. Begin with the end in mind. Live with a clear vision. Highly effective people have a clear picture of the life they want to create. They don't drift through life hoping things work out. They define success before pursuing it. Covey encourages readers to imagine their own funeral and consider what they would want family, friends, and colleagues to say about them. This powerful exercise helps identify your deepest values and priorities. Every decision should align with your long-term purpose rather than short-term desires. When you know your destination, your daily choices become easier because every action either moves you closer to your vision or further away from it. Lesson 3. Put first things first. Prioritize what truly matters. Being busy is not the same as being productive. Many people spend their days responding to emails, attending unnecessary meetings, and handling urgent tasks while neglecting the activities that create lasting success. Covey introduces the time management matrix, emphasizing that the most important work often falls into the important but not urgent category. This includes planning, learning, exercising, building relationships, and personal development. Highly effective people intentionally schedule these activities before emergencies force their attention elsewhere. Success comes from consistently focusing on priorities instead of constantly reacting to interruptions. Lesson 4. Think win-win. Success doesn't require someone else to lose. Covey argues that life is not a competition where one person's success requires another person's failure. Instead, the best relationships and business partnerships are built on mutual benefit. A win-win mindset seeks solutions where everyone gains value. This approach builds trust, strengthens relationships, and creates opportunities for long-term cooperation. People who constantly seek to win at the expense of others often damage relationships and limit future opportunities. True leadership is about creating value for everyone involved rather than maximizing personal gain alone. Lesson 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. One of the greatest communication mistakes is listening only to prepare a response instead of genuinely understanding another person. Covey emphasizes empathetic listening, fully focusing on another person's perspective before expressing your own. When people feel heard and understood, they become far more willing to listen in return. Effective communication begins with curiosity rather than judgment. Whether in business, family, or friendships, misunderstandings often disappear when people prioritize understanding over winning arguments. Lesson 6. Synergize. Together is better than alone. Synergy means that the combined efforts of people working together can produce results far greater than what individuals could achieve separately. Diversity of thought, experience, and perspective should be viewed as a strength rather than a challenge. Effective teams embrace differences because creative solutions often emerge when people collaborate openly. Instead of trying to prove who is right, highly effective people seek better ideas through cooperation. Innovation flourishes in environments where people respect one another and build upon each other's strengths. Lesson 7. Sharpen the saw. Continuously renew yourself. Personal effectiveness requires regular renewal. Covey identifies 4 areas that need continual maintenance: physical health, mental development, emotional relationships, and spiritual purpose. Neglecting any one of these areas eventually reduces performance in every aspect of life. Exercising, reading, learning new skills, strengthening relationships, and reflecting on personal values are investments that improve long-term effectiveness. Just as a dull saw requires sharpening to cut efficiently, people must regularly recharge themselves to perform at their best. Lesson 8. Character is more important than personality. Modern society often emphasizes appearance, charisma, and quick success, but Covey argues that lasting effectiveness is built upon character. Integrity, honesty, humility, courage, and responsibility form the foundation of trust. Skills and techniques may create temporary success, but character determines whether that success lasts. People naturally trust leaders whose actions consistently align with their values. Developing strong character requires discipline and consistent ethical choices, even when no one is watching. Lesson 9. Focus on your circle of influence. Many people waste enormous amounts of time worrying about politics, the economy, social media, or other factors beyond their control. Highly effective people concentrate instead on their circle of influence, the things they can actually affect through their actions. As they consistently improve these areas, their influence naturally expands. Complaining about uncontrollable circumstances drains energy without producing results. Progress begins by directing attention toward actions you can take today, rather than problems you cannot solve. Lesson 10. Discipline creates freedom. Although discipline often feels restrictive in the short term, it creates greater freedom in the long run. Financial discipline leads to wealth. Physical discipline leads to health. Emotional discipline strengthens relationships. And professional discipline builds successful careers. Small daily commitments, repeated consistently, create extraordinary results over time. The temporary discomfort of discipline is far less costly than the lasting consequences of procrastination and poor habits. Lesson 11. Build trust through consistency. Trust is one of the most valuable assets in both personal and professional life. Trust is earned when words and actions consistently match. People who keep promises, admit mistakes, communicate honestly, and act with integrity build strong reputations that open doors throughout life. Once trust is broken, rebuilding it can take years. Effective people understand that every interaction either strengthens or weakens the trust others place in them. Lesson 12. Effective relationships require investment. Healthy relationships do not happen automatically. They require continuous attention and care. Covey describes an emotional bank account, where acts of kindness, honesty, respect, and reliability function as deposits. Criticism, broken promises, dishonesty, and selfish behavior function as withdrawals. Relationships remain strong when deposits consistently exceed withdrawals. Investing time in family, friends, colleagues, and customers produces lasting loyalty and deeper connections. Lesson 13. Continuous learning is essential. The world changes constantly, and effective people never stop learning. Reading books, acquiring new skills, seeking mentors, attending training, and embracing feedback all contribute to personal growth. Those who stop learning eventually become outdated regardless of past success. Lifelong learning keeps individuals adaptable, innovative, and prepared for new opportunities. Every experience, success, and failure becomes an opportunity to grow. Lesson 14. Principles never go out of style. Covey emphasizes that effectiveness is based on timeless principles rather than temporary trends. Honesty, fairness, responsibility, service, respect, and integrity have guided successful individuals across generations and cultures. While technology and industries evolve, these foundational principles remain constant. Building your life around enduring values creates stability and resilience, regardless of changing external circumstances. Lesson 15. True effectiveness is balance. The ultimate lesson of the book is that success should never come at the expense of health, relationships, integrity, or personal fulfillment. Many people achieve financial success while sacrificing their family, happiness, or well-being. Covey argues that genuine effectiveness means maintaining balance across every area of life. Career achievement, strong relationships, personal growth, physical health, and meaningful contribution should all develop together. A truly successful life is measured not only by accomplishments, but also by the quality of the person you become while achieving them. Final takeaway. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People teaches that lasting success comes from character, discipline, and principle-centered living, not from shortcuts or quick fixes. Stephen Covey's habits provide a framework for becoming more effective in every area of life. The key principles are: take responsibility for your life instead of blaming circumstances. Define your vision before pursuing your goals. Prioritize important work over constant urgency. Create win-win outcomes in relationships and business. Listen deeply before trying to persuade others. Collaborate to achieve results greater than individual effort. Continuously renew your body, mind, heart, and spirit. Build strong character and integrity. Focus on what you can control and influence. Develop discipline through consistent daily habits. Earn trust by keeping your word. Invest intentionally in meaningful relationships. Commit to lifelong learning and growth. Live according to timeless principles rather than temporary trends. Strive for balanced success across your career, health, relationships, and personal purpose. The book's central message is simple yet profound. Lasting effectiveness is an inside-out process. Instead of trying to change the world first, change your habits, character, and mindset. As you become a better person, your ability to lead, influence, achieve,